name is Paul Bogen, and I'm the project manager for Changing Room.
What is Changing Room?
Changing Room is a 2-year project that has been funded by the European Commission as a pilot project to look at ways of enhancing the mobility of cultural workers in Europe. Well, the mobility of everyone is important for the EC, insofar as the European Commission wants Europe to feel it has a European identity, and that people living in Europe in the different member states can work and travel and live in different countries, and to make that as easy as possible. So politically their aim is to have Europeans feeling as Europeans and therefore being able to be based in any European country. And if there are any barriers to that mobility, then they want to try and remove them. Well, our program was one of 4 original pilot projects, and we specifically decided to look at those people working in culture who were not artists, because there's been a lot of studies and projects on mobility of artists, but never before about those people who kind of work backstage. The administrators, marketeers, technicians, programmers, producers, curators, managers, directors. So our project is looking at that group of people.
Well, if you were to continue organising exchanges like this, what would you do differently?
I'd make them longer, maybe fewer and longer. And rather than have short exchanges, I'd have like study visits. Wouldn't call them exchanges, I think, and have a group of people maybe. But I think if you really want to experience working in another country, you've got to do it for a minimum length of time and actually live there as well, I think. So I think I'd change that and open it out beyond Trans-Europe out as well. I think that's the other thing I'd do. So bring in different types of organisations and different people. Because I think if you have someone, say, for a year, then they can become a worker in your organisation, and there's a different dynamic going on there. So I think I'd do that differently if we did it again. Yeah, and I think the language thing is an issue. I think if someone's going to go and work in another country, in those areas they've got to speak the language of that country.